Calgary.
Second down and 7. Burris goes to the air. Fires. Strong arm picked off by Dante Marsh. Marsh finally brought down by Jabari Arthur, but the BC Lions get the ball right back.
And this is a continuing trend, Rod. When you look at the first 2 games this season between these teams, Henry Burris has thrown 4 interceptions against the BC Lions. Dante Marsh steps in front of Jabari Arthur on this one to make it 5. Great job by the veteran corner. And once again, the Lions start the drive with tremendous field position.
Third pick for Dante Marsh. Lions get it right back. Send 4 receivers to the right of KC Critters. Robertson stays in for blocking help. And Paris Jackson with the reception. Paris Jackson coming off a big week last week, starting to pick his numbers up, but Paris Jackson has not had a good start to 2010. Let's take another look at the pick.
And keep an eye on Dante Marsh, the corner. He's going to drop back. He's covering the wide out in this situation, but peeking in the backfield, sees Henry Burris looking deep, leaves his man, drops off to step in front and make that interception.
Up to the Calgary defense, who have a lot of guys in the box and bring the heat to the sideline, and an overthrow on 2nd and 3. And KC Printers and his BC Lion offense will have to give way again to Paul McCallum.
When you're BC and Wally Buono, you hate to see these opportunities squandered, given great field position on each of their first 2 possessions. As you said, having to settle for field goal attempts from Paul McCallum.
He has been money, Paul McCallum. 27 of 29. Again, 1 for 1 tonight. Had a streak of 24 in a row dating back to last season. It's like a fine wine. He's getting better with age. The oldest player in the CFL. This from the 42. Kick is up, and it hooks in, and it's good again. 6-0 McCallum. Just over 4 minutes gone. The BC Lions have had 2 glorious opportunities to get to the end zone and have been stopped by the Calgary Stampeder defense. Paul McCallum, 2 field goals, 6-0 Lions. Dion Murphy and Landon Talley are back for the Stamps. McCallum. Talley again into the middle of a little scrum, brings it close to the 40-yard line.
Henry Burris looks to turn the fortunes of the Stampeders here, get them back on track. Of course, Calgary coming off just their 2nd loss of the season last week, and a slow start here on their opening drive with an interception on their 2nd play from scrimmage.
There's Burris's numbers against BC this season. Notoriously has not had great career numbers against the BC Lions. This offense, though, has been dynamite all year. First in so many offensive categories. And off to Mr. Money, Joffrey Reynolds. And let's go down to the husband of the anthem singer, Jermaine Franklin.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking a back seat tonight there, Rod. Well, Nick Lewis is missing just the 3rd game of his career, despite his best efforts to try and get in the game and prove that he could play throughout the week. John Huffnagel said if it was a playoff game, Lewis would be playing, but because he has such a strong record, he has the luxury of not putting Lewis in this game, meaning Jabari Arthur is starting in Lewis's spot. And Arthur said Lewis has been in his ear all week, giving him the different nuances and advice of playing the slot position against the BC Lions. Arthur said he always prepares like he's going to start, but of course getting those first reps with the first unit is definitely a big boost to his confidence that he can do the job.
Well, on cue, Jermaine, Jabari Arthur makes the catch here.
He certainly looks well prepared to be a starter, lines up as the middle receiver in this set. Arthur's just going to run a quick out, knows the hit's coming, but he's a big body, over 200 pounds, takes the hit from Davis Sanchez and keeps going.
4th reception of the year. There is the leading receiver on the sideline, Nick Lewis. Stampeders close to midfield, and up the middle, pounding it again. It's the Stamps' all-time leading rusher, Joffrey Reynolds. You talk about a guy who does not live up to the moniker off the field of JR Superstar, because he is a superstar, but he is a humble superstar.
Well, he sure is. Mr. Low-key, but Mr. Consistency. Joffrey Reynolds just gets the job done quietly and efficiently, week after week, season after season.
Last meeting had 94 yards against the Lions back in late August. 2nd and 4. Go the Stampeders. Pump fake. And into no man's land. Tad Crawford was there. Looked like a broken route, but Henry Burris saw a lot of white jerseys in his face.
Well, Romby Bryant and Kenyon Rambo, the two receivers to that side of the field, were having a little conversation, kind of looked at each other as the ball sailed well over both of their heads. The feeling that one of the two was supposed to go deep on that play.
Burkdale stands near his 45-yard line on 3rd down now. Averaging almost 46 yards a punt this season. Giannis Davis. Andrew Harris back. And penalty marker as Burkdale was about to deliver that football. Looked like the play clock had expired. Here's Glenn Johnson.
Procedure. Calgary number 45. It's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
Carl McCartney, one of the Stampeders' leaders in special teams tackles. Great late-round draft pick for the Stamps this year. Man flagged on that play.
Of St. Mary's, Carl McCartney.
Card alive.
So now Burkdale hoofs it from his 45, and it's high end-over-ender. Davis retreats, now cuts back, another cut. Giannis Davis does some dancing. Did a lot of running and dancing. Only picked up a few yards on the return, a 42-yard kick.
And Casey Printers, as he comes out for his 3rd possession, should expect to see a lot more of this. Red jerseys in his face, just 2 series into this ball game. Look at the hits and hurries that Casey Printers has faced already. This is a trademark of Chris Jones' high-pressure defense.
Three hits so far. A hurry. Casey Printers. Just 5 pass attempts so far. Just outside his 10-yard line this time. First handoff of the game to Jamal Robertson back in the lineup. After missing 2 games, and the BC Lions, while he was away, went with their dual feature back system with Jerome Messam and Giannis Davis. So Robertson comes back in tonight, and Giannis Davis may get some touches in the backfield, but you're going to basically see him more in the return role.
Yeah, happy to have Jamal Robertson back, the veteran back there. The young guys, Davis and Messam, certainly performed well. But Jamal Robertson, when he has had the opportunity, and he hasn't necessarily had a ton of opportunity, it's been very productive, averaging over 7 yards a carry.
Travis Lulay in on short yardage. 2nd and 1, twin back. And there's the other JR. Again, Jamal Robertson, who one time might have been a Calgary Stampeder, actually signed as a free agent. Never played it down with the Stampeders back in 2001. Then, of course, came back to the CFL and played with Toronto. And after a tryout with Saskatchewan, finds himself with the BC Lions this year.
Yeah, and Jamal Robertson, though he didn't get a chance to play in Calgary, spent the year on the practice roster. The position was in pretty good hands with Kelvin Anderson at the time.
We just saw his rushing record usurped by Joffrey Reynolds. Lots of time now for Printers. Can't find anybody. Decides to tuck it and take it, and has a first down.
Expect to see more of this from Casey Printers this week. Running with the ball, only 11 rushes so far this season. But Casey Printers, after a talk with Wally Buono this week, told to run more when he sees the opportunity. Here, the middle linebacker, Juwan Simpson caught up in the middle. He doesn't know whether to come up and run support or stay with Jamal Robertson on that route. Casey Printers takes advantage.
First and 10 from the 38. Again, good protection. Slings one to the sideline, and it's caught. Superman G. Roy Simon goes leaping to the sideline with another grab.
Well, this was the one they needed in the end zone a few minutes ago. Geroy Simon working on Brandon Smith, going to the corner, gets the outside release, presses him upfield, creates some separation to get to the outside. Pass dropped in there nicely by Printers.
Only 2 catches last week for 25 yards against the Hamilton Tiger Cats already. A couple of catches here tonight for Geroy Simon. Moving up the all-time receiving yardage list. Someday will have his place in the Canadian Football Hall of Fame. Robertson, left side, follows some blocking. Churns for 4 or 5 yards.
And we've already seen at least 3 examples of BC running lead-type plays offensively from 2-back sets this year. This is a benefit they get with the return of Rolly Lumbala, the late cut of the NFL's Miami Dolphins. BC plays Jamal Lee a lot at fullback, and Lee has done a terrific job, tremendous receiver out of the backfield. And what Lumbala gives you is more of a big-bodied lead blocking type.
2nd down and 6. Lions trying to keep this drive alive. 4 minutes to go, first quarter. Printers goes deep and has Stephen Black open, but Brandon Browner with his 9th knockdown of the season. And some tempers as well. Dwight Anderson getting into it with Stephen Black.
Well, Stephen Black gets an opportunity on one play to meet both of those Calgary Stampeder corners. First, a terrific play in coverage by Brandon Browner. Dwight Anderson en route to come over and chat a little bit.
So another drive stalling. Paul McCallum.
Good kick.
But he is so good at is right there. Angling those kicks. Dion Murphy nowhere to go. 6-0 BC. The CFL on TSN is brought to you in part by Nissan. Shift the way you move. So like the BC Lions, Calgary Stampeders, long field here, but the Lions miss another opportunity as a drive stalls and had to kick it away. So Henry Burris from his 10-yard line now. Potent Stampeder offense hasn't done much so far. Nothing there as Romby Bryant is watching the ball sail over his head from Henry Burris.
Well, the Stampeders try to get creative in their play calling here, having established the run, and in a situation where the Lions are going to anticipate run given the field position. They go for the play action, try to get that quick hitter to Bryant. Had a step on Dante Marsh, but just couldn't come up with it.
Wind starting to pick up a little bit here, favoring the Stampeders in the first quarter. Burris calls that play off. 2nd and 10 out of the backfield again, and off of the backside of Solomon Elimimian, the middle linebacker of the BC Lions. And now Burke Dales will have to come out and may be tempted here in the end zone to give up 2 points. We'll have to see.
Elimimian recognizes late on this play that he's going to have to get back. He's coming off the edge initially on the play, recognizes that John Cornish is sneaking out. That's his responsibility. Gets into position just in time. Good play by the rookie backer.
Again, Dales has the win, so he will let it fly, and he does, and it's a good kick. Sends Davis back to his 45. Giannis Davis inside out, shakes another. Dales has to knock him out of bounds, and Giannis Davis has been a huge factor so far here tonight. 30 a.m. Eastern. Casey Printers to Geroy Simon, tried to one-hand it. There is a whistle. Brandon Browner scooped up the ball, but the whistle had blown.
A good heads-up play from Browner. You have to play until you hear that whistle for sure on a play where you think it might be a lateral, in which case this would be considered a fumble rather than an incomplete pass.
Definitely incomplete. So once again, Lions getting close to the red zone. Had to call on Paul McCallum twice tonight. As good as he is, as great as he has been this season, Wally Buono would like to see him kick a convert. Printers in trouble. And he's buried. BC Lion team gives up the most sacks in the Canadian Football League. 36 before tonight.
Well, this is a situation where Casey Printers needs to recognize this pressure a little bit earlier and get on his horse. He's been facing it all night. Even a half second earlier there, he's got a lane to the right where he can escape and possibly run for a first down rather than letting that close in on him as he waits to make a throw. He may just get 1 or 2 reads in tonight.
Again, that Calgary defense comes up big. Paul McCallum can't miss this year. Paul McCallum, automatic, 9-0 BC, but the Lions have left a lot of points out on this field so far. Chris Jones and his Calgary defense last week shredded, especially in the late going by the Saskatchewan Roughriders. It's been a hard week, but Wes Lysak says this Chris Jones defense is one of the best he's ever been around.
If you look at Chris Jones in the last 3 years I've been with him, is all I can speak for, we've ran a drastically different defense every year. You look at other guys who've been successful coordinators, they have a system and they force players to play it. Chris Jones creates a system around the guys that he has and he works with them, and to me that's a sign of a great coordinator.
I love that about Chris Jones and his style. It's a constant chicken or egg question for coordinators in this league, exactly as Wes Lysak touched on. Do you go out and get the players to fit the system, or do you fit the system to the players you've got? Well, it's easier to fit the system to the players you've got if you've got a coach whose mind works that way. Clearly, Chris Jones' mind works that way.
Not too often that Chris Jones' defense comes under scrutiny, but after last week's loss, they have. And Landon Talley saw a seam, and if he had found it, he was gone, but he did not. Sean Gore on special teams, former Bishop Skaters star, brings him down.
Well, Gore has been a factor in a couple of kickoffs now. He's the #1 man on the end. He's working against Justin Phillips. Comes off that block to get in on the tackle. Also made the tackle on the Lions' first kickoff of this football game. And this is how a young guy, highly rated prospect, is going to work his way into the lineup, is by earning it on teams.